The biggie. We've got the Storrowton Village, which was the brainchild of a woman named Helen Storrow, who back at the turn of the 20th century, along with a lot of other fairly well-off people, decided to create all over the East Coast, and there's probably some on the West Coast I don't know about, models of traditional villages. I guess there's southern villages like Old Williamsburg. And then there's villages like this, which represents a New England village with green and everything, town common. We have a meeting house, school, blacksmith shop, Potter House, which is a private residence over here. There's a lawyer's office, there's another private residence, and then we have a Baptist meeting house from Southwick, Mass. Pretty interesting, circa 1822. And then down here, Atkinson Tavern. And interestingly, this house would have been destroyed by Quabbin Reservoir if it were not saved by Helen Storrow. A labor of love was the creation of Storrowton, with the idea being that this recreation would be a teaching tool. It would show the agricultural roots of the United States. I got a student here, former student. Hey, brother. How are you doing?
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Hey, be good. Take care. Good to see you. So I hope you enjoy our little bang around here where we're going to tour some of these houses with a couple special guest guides. So most people think about Storrowton, and they think about the sights, the lights, the sounds, the smells of the huge E. Yes, the biggie. But Storrowton is an entity unto itself. Today, it's Storrowton Tavern. You can go in there and get yourself popped if you want, or you can have a nice dinner with some traditional Yankee foods. There's a meeting house here. Of course, a gift shop, but all of these buildings have their own unique history. This is the Potter House, which was originally in North Brookfield. So all these houses were brought here by Helen Storrow, and she was preserving. Now it's the Christmas celebration. Eddie Law Office, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Middleborough. And this one is the Gilbert House, also from West Brookfield.
Where's that?
Well, I've been volunteering over here for 30 years. On this night, which is their candlelight walkthrough, I come and I do my thing with other volunteers. I'm a fiddler, you probably didn't know, along with my little band, the Ne'er-Do-Wells, we call ourselves. Let's go walk into the Potter House. A lot of hands have been on that. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I come walking in, and immediately I'm accosted by a student. It's outrageous. So who are you playing today? Are you in a character right now?
Nope, no character in particular.
You just a guide?
Yeah.
Guide me. We're making a video for a fishing historic place.
So right now we are in the Potter Mansion.
The Potter Mansion, which was originally...
It was originally located in North Brookfield, Massachusetts.
Oh, I fished North Brookfield.
It was originally built in 1776 by Captain John Potter. In the Revolutionary War, served at Valley Forge alongside General Washington.
Ah, so he was one of those guys that made it.
Yep,
Right.
he was
A lot of people didn't make it.
Yeah, he was a clocksmith.
A clocksmith by trade, probably a farmer too, though.
Yep. He, jack of all trades. He was also a carpenter, built the house himself with his own tools and resources.
Can you imagine? I mean, you know, people that we know, right? Kids in our school, guys that teach in our school, you know, they complain when they got to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
Can you imagine building this yourself? Now we're looking at rough cut timber here. Looks like white pine. There was a lot of that. 1x12s. Actually, there's a variety of size timber that's been used because you just kind of use what works. You make it work, right? I like how some are vertical and then some are horizontal. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it looks like the interior walls are vertical.
Yeah,
And
these ones are also very thin. You can see right through them.
Real thin cut. And then over here, the exterior walls are horizontal. Interesting. Continue with the tour. Now, so we're looking at the hearth here.
So right now this is the kitchen. So it's
The kitchen. They would have done their hearth
kitchen,
cooking.
cleaning, everything.
So they got that arm there
Yeah.
that lets you swing the pots over the fire.
Swing the pots, and you have different sized hooks for different temperatures.
Mm-hmm,
So if you had a smaller hook, that allowed you to cook things at a much lower temperature than a longer hook, which would
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
things closer to the fire.
Oh yeah, look at you. I'm learning from my students. Now what do we got here?
So right here, this is the dining room.
There's another hearth in here.
So this hearth, mostly just for keeping the room warm, but you also have a small oven right here, and that was actually for keeping food warm. You waited to serve it to your guests.
Right, and if you had like some stew or something, you could probably keep it on those hooks right there.
Or if you were making tea, you could also do that in here as well.
Do we have any tea? Because I'm parched right now.
Tea set right over there,
Yeah,
but unfortunately it is empty.
This is outrageous. I've been volunteering here for 30 years, and they don't even have a spot of tea for me to wet my whistle. What are you doing to me?
All out.
All right, what do we got? So we got some wallpaper here. That's kind of interesting.
Wallpaper at the time was very expensive.
Yep. Sometimes they stenciled.
Yeah.
It would be wallpaper if they were real rich, and if they weren't, they would stencil it. So I don't know.
Yeah, so this is, I believe, is real wallpaper.
Yeah.
Same with the wallpaper in the other room.
Uh-oh.
That is also real. And this shows Captain Potter's wealth because he could afford wallpaper in multiple rooms, not just the parlor, which is what most middle-class families could afford.
Right, so you could actually, this guy, put it in other rooms besides just the parlor.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys. All right, North Brookfield, huh? I
Yeah.
off the hog, that guy. Now, there's a Christmas tree in here. Now, don't tell me that Captain Potter celebrated Christmas during the Revolutionary War.
Likely not.
Yeah. They thought that Christmas was a day like any other. They said to themselves, right?
So they did have it. I think they did have it off, but they didn't really celebrate it.
Yeah,
They
they'd have a
would-
dinner or something,
Yeah.
but they didn't want to make too much of the actual birthday issue.
Yeah, they would really celebrate the New Year. That is the day that they.
That's
would,
the big
they
one,
would
right?
Give gifts, and have a celebration. But Christmas wasn't really celebrated in America unless you were of German heritage. The Germans who brought the Christmas tree
And the sausages. Don't forget the sausages.
too, and a lot of our current Christmas traditions can be traced back to German roots.
Right. Makes sense. Yule logs and all that stuff.
Yep.
What do we got in here?
So in here, this is the.
Oh,
parlor.
wow. Look at that. Captain Potter. What a man. Look at this with the wallpaper in here.
So this is where they would have done all of their entertaining, and you can tell, this paint is green, and you also have the very elaborate wallpaper.
Green was a expensive color.
Yes, it was.
Because it has blue in it. And blue is the most expensive color.
It was also usually sometimes very toxic too because they would
They used arsenic.
Yeah, and also they also use copper as well.
Yeah. Green paint. Serious wealth here in the Potter house.
Yeah.
And we got some musical instruments. Got a fiddle. What are these things called? They're not pianos, right? They're called something else.
This is a harpsichord, and this is actually an organ.
The old harpsichord organ combo.
Foot pedal.
Yeah. Very good.
So this
How much of this stuff is extant to the property?
The only piece of furniture in here that I can confirm is that clock
Really?
over there. So that clock was actually built by John Potter.
Potter built the clock. Are you kidding me?
And you might say his name on it as well.
It does.
It does?
It says his name and the town.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it says it right there. John Potter in Brookfield. It doesn't bother to say North Brookfield.
Yeah, so at that time...
It was just Brookfield.
It was just Brookfield.
Yeah, it was
North
like the
Brookfield
Quabog plantation. And all right, what else you got for me?
We We also have these up here. These are blanket cranes. These are very interesting pieces. So these actually fold in and out.
Right.
When they're not in use. And these were used.
That's to dry blankets and stuff?
No.
Or to hold the heat in?
No, those are actually, to hold the heat in. So back in the day when they had to bathe, put it right in front of the fireplace, fill it with water.
Can you imagine that, going to the well and drawing all that water?
Yeah.
And then
they had to heat it up as well. And then those blankets were for both privacy as well as...
And remember, the youngest kid is always the last one in the...
And that's where the phrase, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Oh, can you imagine how foul that water was by the time? Because they're only bathing once a week, maybe twice.
Yeah.
Maybe twice.
If that.
If it was summertime, I mean, you might be going out in the pond or out in the maybe,
The
but
Connecticut River.
yeah, not now. Not with 17 million gallons of sewage coming down the river, courtesy of Springfield, Massachusetts. And again, what is our state legislature doing about that? None. So here at the Big E, getting that tour of the Potter House by a student of mine. He's a senior in high school. Senior in high school this year. He did a very nice job. Now let's check out the school here. The old North Center School. It was in Whately, Massachusetts. I'm just going to walk in and shoot the school. It's the Candlelight tour. Just no big deal.
So serious.
I'm just walking around doing a little filming of the school.
Okay.
You know.
How are you tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, we did
I keep moving up to the heat.
Oh, we were playing in there and
You
they
were.
turned off. They opened the doors.
Yeah.
And when you have metal strings, that immediately causes the tuning to change.
Oh, yes.
So we were going up quick, but it's what we do every year, so it was fun. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Now we're going to stroll over to. Everybody loves a blacksmith. Carriage house here. It's built to look like a carriage house, but it's basically a place where people have banquets and stuff there. Oh yeah, look at it. People are always at the blacksmith. They love a good blacksmith show. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get over there by the forge and check out what's happening. Going over here, we're gonna check out the forge. I just got a tour of the Potter House by somebody you know. Did a good job. How you doing?
Good. So,
Good.
is that one of those paranormal meters?
Oh yeah. There's clearly spirits here. I can feel them.